Week 4 of the Orange football season, and they're getting ready to play Army, and now we're here to chat for a little bit with Justin Barron, one of the defensive backs who had a nice big game, 10 tackles in the win on the road at Purdue. You guys were forcing all kinds of turnovers in that one. What was working for you and the defense?
Just the aggressiveness that Coach Long preaches since he's got here, really, and being physical at the point of attack and being aggressive to the ball, and it worked for us.
Do you think that's the biggest difference with Rocky Long now as the defensive coordinator this season, is just preaching that aggressiveness that you guys have played with for the first 3 weeks of the season?
I wouldn't say it's different. It's something that obviously you need to have in 3-3-5 that we play. It's just something that us as a unit, right, me, Marlo, Caleb, and Zeke have been preaching that to all the guys and just trying to get the ball out, trying to get takeaways.
Yeah, and it seems like it's going well so far. What were kind of the goals going into the Purdue matchup based on what you saw of what they do on film, on offense, and how do you think it went overall in that specific matchup?
Obviously, it's always win first. But for us, really, just being aggressive at the point of attack, which we were, and just everyone doing their 1/11th. That's also been something we've been preaching a lot. Everyone doing their own job, not trying to do too much. With this defense, just do your 1/11th, and it'll all come out the way it's supposed to.
And I understand Rocky Long kind of gave you guys a new play at halftime and incorporated that in the second half. Walk me through how that all went down.
It's just a cool thing to see. Coach Long comes in at halftime after meeting with the coaching staff or whatever he does right before he comes in and talk to us. He comes in and he goes, "All right, I got a new play," and then tells us what it is and tells us how we have to run in, the ins and outs of it. It's just a cool experience.
I guess that's what you can do when you created the defense, right? When you're the godfather of it.
Yeah, you have the freedom to do whatever you want when you make the defense.
I was talking to Derek McDonald a couple weeks ago, and he said that sometimes during practice he'll go back to a play from like a couple years ago that you guys haven't thought about, just to kind of keep you guys on your toes a little bit as well.
Yeah, he'll call defenses that he hasn't called since the first day of fall camp, and he'll do it randomly just to make sure we're still on our P's and Q's.
Yeah, it seemed like, too, from my vantage point at least, that there was a little bit more zone defense in that last game maybe. Was that in the game plan, or was that just, me seeing things?
It's just he's calling whatever works, right?
Yeah.
He's going to call what's working at the moment. If he saw something that he likes when we played his own coverage, he's going to call it again, right? He's going to do what's been working for us in the game.
And you're the rover position of the 3-3-5 defense, kind of a unique position. What do you think are the overall skills that you need to have at that position to be successful?
Communication, more so than anything. Just being able to know what everyone else is doing and be able to communicate that to them. It's an important part of my position.
Yeah, and just being versatile out there, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It comes with me playing high school football and playing linebacker and safety there, so just being able to do that and know the ins and outs of the defense is really helpful for me.
Yeah, you were also maybe going to be a wide receiver when you came to Syracuse. So now that you've kind of adjusted to the defensive side of the ball, do you feel like you're at a good position comfortability-wise with the defense and this new position?
I think it's the perfect spot for me. Obviously, came in here, played whatever it was, 7 games at receiver, and just learning offense in college is way different than in high school, obviously, and then making the switch. Being able to know both is very helpful for me.
So I got to ask you about Garrett Schrader. He has the fake that's gone viral this week, a couple bootleg plays. Has he done that to you guys in practice at all and caught you off guard with that move?
I remember we were talking about it during the game. The first year that he got here, so 2020 or 2021 it was, he did it in fall camp and practice, and he got all of us fooled, and he's been doing it ever since.
Yeah, and Dino talked about this week how faking capital of the world is Syracuse, New York. I guess the goal is for the offense to get Dino in practice as well, and then he's got a little bit of a punishment too.
Yeah, there's been times where Garrett's gotten him during scrimmage days or during fall camp practices where Coach Babers blows the whistle early and he doesn't know where the ball is.
That's funny. Dino's also been talking about Jeremiah Wilson in practice and how he has been turning heads, and he was thrown out a lot in that Purdue game and stood the test against a good team on the road. What have you made of just some of the new guys like Jeremiah stepping into bigger roles this season?
It's exciting. Jeremiah is going to come to practice the same way he plays every single day. And he's been doing that since his freshman year, since Garrett was here. And the first thing he did was fall under Garrett's wing when he first got here, which is obviously a great thing to do as a corner. And just learning from Garrett and learning the way he practices and prepares, it's exciting.
How about a guy like Miles Farmer? I know some of the fans are interested in him, and he was kind of late addition to camp, but it seems like he's been getting some more playing time lately.
Miles is a he's a great athlete, right? He's played a lot of football. He's played a lot of games. He's played in Big Ten. And just the knowledge that he can bring to his defense and helping the younger guys and helping all of us, really, just take another step into our game.
So Army is the opponent this week. We know that on paper they run the ball a lot, but what specifically has stood out when you've looked into the film on Army?
The effort they play with, physicality, effort, attitude. Like Coach Baber said, they don't make any penalties, right?
Yeah.
So the only way they're going to lose is if you beat them, right? They're not going to make them beat themselves. So we got to be on everything. We got to make sure we're ready to go.
All right, Justin. Well, best of luck in this game. Best of luck the rest of the season. We thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
That's Justin Barron, one of the Orange defensive backs. You can catch him on the field at noon this Saturday against Army.